Okay, sorry for the dead silence there. Part of it waiting for the end of the commercials, but wow. A couple of faux pas, my mistakes were made on this. I initially planned this flight with the A320 Neo and had forgotten I changed my mind and went to the 319. So, whew, yeah, when I went to load the passengers in, I went, how are we gonna stick? Well, I'm sure airlines would figure a way to put 180 people in a cabin of 140. So 145 to be exact. But I'm like, holy mackerel, what did I do wrong? And then I looked and went, oh. So, welcome to Flying with Mike and what hopes to be a better day than yesterday. Every day is. Every day above the ground is always a better day. So, thank you all for joining us today. As you can tell, we're going to resume our Allegiant flights. We haven't flown one in a while. Last one was Peoria to Nashville. I really wanted to go to Destin, but I just had a hard time finding a flight uh, nearby that I could really have fun with. But then, a conversation over the weekend struck me and said, you know what? Let's head to where, and I do believe she is right now, an Allegiant Airlines airport, Punta Gorda, Florida. Looking through everything I could find flight schedule wise and flight aware, they appear the only dog in town. So my apologies, I was wrong. So, well, I just really didn't know. And I know several Florida airports on the surface appear to be Allegiant only airports. And lo and behold, there are other airlines. Not that one. So, oh well. But anyway, so we're going to make a wish, as the plane says, for a great stream today. Headed to Punta Gorda, Florida. If you're not familiar with Punta Gorda, I know some of you are. It's outside, oh, it's on the tip of my tongue, Fort Myers. So it's just north of Fort Myers. And basically, let me give you a little quick history of this airport. Now, this comes from my dad, who actually they owned a rental. Was it a rental property, timeshare? Anyway, they had a piece of property in Fort Myers. And this airport north of Fort Myers, by the way, my dad always liked to say when he flew with the airline and with corporate that it's the most expensive airport to fly into, Fort Myers. I don't know the truth to that, and because I would see a couple of others, but he would be more in the know than me. So, but anyway, north of it was this little airport, used to be a military training base, Punta Gorda, that closed. Well, this little airline came in called Allegiant, and they did a makeover of a couple of buildings to turn them into a terminal. And for a long time, flew common traffic out of there. No tower. They now have a tower. But it's an interesting story listening to them about Punta Gorda. And it's amazing. So, like I said, it wouldn't, deep down, it really never would have surprised me of all their airports, this one being theirs. And now I'm starting to wonder about Gulf Shores. They just opened this service from my airport right up the street down to Gulf Shores. And I'm kind of curious how and how that all looks and works down there. So if they're the only dog in town or if there are possibly others. Now, are there other Allegiant only airports out there? Oh, Allegiant would love that. So far, ours is right up the street from me. However, there have been many airlines trying to get in. Now, where they fail, where they don't, where things don't come together, I am not privy to that. So, or never was. They had a couple close ones, but so for right now, the only other one I know of is the airport right up the street from here. So, anyway, so let's make a wish and head down to Florida, shall we? Beautiful looking day outside, I must say. And yesterday's flight for a Mac Air from uh, St. Martin to Ponce, Puerto Rico. Not about to pronounce the international name for that. That was fun. That is a neat little airport if you ever get a chance. The call letters Tango, Juliet, Papa, Sierra. South south of Puerto Rico's main airport and a little bit to the west. Really, really fun. Neat approach. They're all RNAVs and really fun. That was fun. A nice little 200-300 mile hop from St. Martin. So if you're looking for a short hop, don't matter what plane you want to fly. That's a pretty short hop. Now, of course, the smaller the plane, the longer the run. So, but if you fly a jetliner, it's about an hour, no more than an hour and a half of your time to fly it. Speaking of which, let's crawl up here and take a look at our route. Like I said, it is Nashville down to Punta Gorda, Florida. It looks like all the storms are east of us. Hopefully stay east. And we just have a magnificent day down there. Hang on a second while I'm here. Grab that. Okay. And you can see it. Now, the last one, and that could have been because of the thunderstorms that are probably way out here that aren't on anyone's radar anymore. They went way out here and then down. So, and that happens. I've seen them come out of Destin and like go all the way over to New Orleans before they start turning north. Can you say delay? Yeah, it's a delay. So we're going to take the straight shot down. SimBrief gave it to us. It's the Tippin 3 Brixton to LGC Holland Q81 over to NICKI PLYER and the Picker 7 arrival. Planning out of good old Nashville to right. Landing 3-3. Now that one I am a little skeptical of. Bear with me a second. That's 6,200 feet. The other runway's 71. So yeah, we might just do it. Why not? Okay. Hang on. I've got a little housekeeping work to do behind the scenes here. It kind of drives me nuts when I leave it like this before stream because I'm one of those that just has to tackle it. All right. Back here. Okay, just making sure. And over to here and click there. All right. Now I think I got screens set up properly. Part of it is I do need to wait for it to fire up to get the final touches in. We've talked with Godspeed on air, and he's said, why don't you fly in full screen? Well, technically, none of you knew I didn't when you look at it here on Twitch. However, if you ever watch when I'm live, hang on Discord, which is not often that I'm live there, but not on here, you would have noticed the difference. So, but anyway, I'm still in the air if I'm gaining or losing frame rates. And if it is, it's very insignificant. So let's get after it, shall we? Today's loadout, 41,300. Yay, yay, yay. That is not it. Hang on, folks. Stand by. Let me try this again. This one should be the right one. Oh, I was going, man, that's a lot of payload. Then I looked down at the peoples. Yeah, that's what I said. 188 people? How do you You know. 31,900 pounds of payload, 145 people. We're going to put 15,608 pounds in the wings for go-go juice, and told you the route. Dispatch has given us 27, which is about normal. We're going to fly up to 37,000 at NICKI 38. We'll see if we do the step climb or not. We'll see. But that's our route right now. Winds and weather. Oh, looks like we may now have ATC in Nashville. Winds are 060 at 4, 10-mile visibility, and you would have never guessed it. It's clear skies. Yay. We haven't had that in a long time, so we'll take a yay on that one. And a beautiful day. The ATIS here, same thing. 2 left and 2 right are departing. RNIP available. Oh, 2 center, 2 right are in use. Departing, 2 left, 2 right. And we're planning 2 right. Okay, yeah, RNIP approaches. That one's a little trickier, only because you get in a little, about 3 miles out to get all lined up. Where they're in Ponce yesterday, we had about 5 miles. Oh no, actually, we had about a mile, come to think, because she didn't clear us to land till we were almost over the threshold. I was like, go around, possible. But it was fun. And we did that, by the way, on X-Planes ATC, which actually did a really good job. A little critiques I would have of it, but why? I mean, it's AI computer driven, and it's probably some of the best ATC any flight sim default ATC system could be. If y'all remember the old days where they would forget you and you'd just keep going on away from the airport and they'd never turn you back. Yeah, well, not this. Well, it will. I have had that once. And it's probably because it somehow put me in VFR and I missed it. So again, now we got a broken sky at 1400, overcast 200 down there in Punta Gorda. So we'll kind of watch the weather. Currently IFR. All right, and with that, let's get to getting the plane ready, shall we? Bear with me as I find out what is online in the good old city of Nashville. Okay. All right. We see what we have. We'll make our decision here in a minute. Anyway, let's get her loaded. First thing I was working on, and I still need to, is get our fuel up. I was again fueling it to the A320 level. We need actually a little more. Okay, that ought to take care of us. Let's head over to the weight and balance. Reset. I'll hit the right buttons. There we go. 121,960, and we're looking at 121,893. No, putting another person on would not help, or any cargo for that matter, 200-pound increments. So we're going to go with it. And we're bringing it up to 15,000 right now. Shouldn't take long. And then we're going to get into the flight. So I hope you all had a great Monday. And I hope your Tuesdays are looking good. Many of you I know at this hour are probably trying to figure out what's going on outside. I know some of you, if not many of you, are headed into your Tuesday evening, and I hope it's looking great. You had a great first couple of days of the week, and looking forward to the weekend here, not far off, as the fuel truck drives away. All right, let's get to work. All right, preliminary setup is the batteries are on. We're on external power already. Let's get a sound check. Sounds good. Okay, fuel pumps are all off. And let's crank up the EPU. All right, and what we're looking for here, well, first off, is to clear off our statuses. There we go. We're looking for it to just say flap open. We're kind of doing, it's not an all-out cold and dark start, but it's pretty doggone close start. Okay, cockpit light check. Okay, they all lit up here, to the left, to the right. Stand up, sit down, fight. Oh, sorry, we're not in a stadium. Okay, they look good. All right, and back down here, flap levers are up and showing up. Speed brakes are down, not armed. We're still showing those on. I think I got it now. Okay, speed brakes down, flaps are up. There we go. Now things are looking right. I was like, what the heck? While we're here, masters are off, normal on the switch. Get the upper two ready. But we're still off on the radar. Transponder is set to Xponder. Radio frequencies are at the bare minimum. Okay, coming back up. APU's on. PT probe heat auto. Bleed air coming on. Pack flow to normal. Bear with me a second. I want to check where we stand in the cabin. Okay, coming on down the list, the cross fleet is auto. Air conditioners are set. Fault on the generators. Electrical panel looks good. And the ventilation looks good. Let's go get the nav set up here. ADIRS, got an on bat on 1, on bat on 2. Make sure it turns off. Okay, good. Number 3 on. I put it in STS up here, the display selector. That is going to tell us how many minutes till alignment. Okay, strobes are in auto, nav light. Okay, coming on down, we've already checked our CV. Our captain purse switch is set. They work. And strobes in auto, we're going to run on nav 2 today, and the rest are off. Seatbelts will come on later as we're ready to push. And did I miss anything? Pack flow is set. Fuel pumps can come on, and I am going to go ahead. Disconnect the come on. All right, and back to weight and balance. All right, so we're set with all the preliminary checks done. We're down to getting the fuel on. ADIRs are aligning. Let's come down and put that together. Oh, I should have left that one up. Hang on, we'll clear at least that one out. Okay, we're good till the 16th of April. Got a few days on that. And we'll go to a NIT request. Give it a couple seconds. In the meantime, let's huh. Interesting. I'll show. Oh, here they are. I'm like, what the? All right, I'll show it here in a second. Give me a second. We'll clear all that off. Here comes charts. All right, when I went to look for the coordinates to put in here, right here where you see lat long, I couldn't find C6. Concourse C, C1, C3, C13, C. Whoa, 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 whoa. You're like missing C4 through 12. They call it a satellite concourse. Okay, there they are. So let's kind of make this a little easy on the eyes. 36, 7.6. Switch over to longitude. We're looking for 8640.3. Okay, so in the long run, we are north 3607.6, 3607.6, west 08640.3. Perfect. Align. So when this number gets in the upper ECAM gets to 0, it'll start aligning to these coordinates. Wind. And we're uplinked. Good. And lastly, a little out of sequence with my checklist, but I find it easier to just check now. Okay, 21.9, 21.9, 28.6, good. Zero fuel weight CG, look good. 15.8. Perfect. All right, let's get back and get this aircraft up and going, shall we? Yeah, I just realized you didn't see that. Okay, well, you'll see this for sure. I'll keep it up on my end. There we go. All right, let me take a look at the Tippin 3 real quick for turbojet only. Cool. Okay, so we're going to come off runway 2, right, heading 021. Vector around Aurora, Tippin, and Brixton. Okay, so how do we make that work? Go to F-plan, go to Nashville, go to departure, find 2 right. We're calling it Tippin. And we're going out to Brixton. So again, verifying we're taking off runway 2 right, Tippin, Brixton. Okay. insert. Now, I'm going to keep this up. You should be seeing that. You are. And we're going to step it off. We're going to keep the manual here because ATC is who tells us, may tell us when to turn. They may say RNAV Rory. And in which case, 400 to 1,000, we start our bank towards Rory. Okay, so let's step it off, make sure everything's good. Brixton, okay, that all looked good. To PLYER, PGD, all right. All right, so let's, we got a couple things to do here. First, we got our arrival. You can see how that's going to work in for all runways, correct? Looks like that. We're going to just take picker and come right in. So we need to figure out what the heck we're going to do for an arrival here on 3-3. And it looks like an RNAV. Yippee. All of it's, we have one ILS, 3 on runway 4. Are the winds even close enough to get us over there? Hang on. Barely, but I'll take 3-3. So we'll take approaches. Hang on, where's Tippin? Bring us in. Oh, that's wrong one. Picker brings us. Oh, I'm kind of gutsy. Where is? It's what I thought. So we'll go to Ogloff. All right, we're gonna plan Old Gafe since we're not near either RSW down here or that. All right, so here's how we do it. Arrivals. Obviously, we're going to do an RNAV to runway 33. Picker 7. Novia. Coming off the PLYER. Insert. That's how we're going to do it. Now, what I did is I made us basically go here to Petsy. So we'll go back, remove, and we'll just go that route. Oh, I thought for a second we were down here. I'm like, huh? Where's that fix at? All right. So looking at the PLYER real quick, or picker, sorry, from PLYER, Obsey, Weidel, Riley, Codger. And again, we just step through. And Codger. We're looking for discontinuities, Codger bags. And I do this, and I've actually found some. And that's why I'm more apt to do this. Now, I am going to throw in OW GAF. Huh. Let me do it this way. D G A F. Return. Okay, we do not have a fix. Okay. All right, so we'll leave it as we are. And if they tell us to go to that, we'll just, oh, did I put OD? Hang on, we're going to do one more time. G A F O G. No, no, still got it wrong there, pilot. Ooh, there, we got it right. Insert. Okay, so basically I took out the discontinuities between Gusick and OWGAF, and now we'll be flying the RNAV in. Cool. Now let's go back, see if there is an altitude restriction. There is none. Okay, so everything looks good to this point. Step it off. Petsy, Dodic, Fat Farby, and runway 33 out to Apsel. And if we do have to go mist or go to the alternate, it is Mickey World, Orlando. All right, that takes care of that. We'll reset, and that stays. And now the fun part of the plan. First, we do the rad nav. Everything looks good. Perf. And we go over here to perf. Okay, latest information, 51 minutes old, 060 at 4. Okay, I can go with these numbers. Temperature 9, 3016. We'll stay with what we got here. And air conditioning on, go. Let's go flaps 2. All right, let's see Toga. Okay, we're going max power. May still dial back V1, but I'm okay with the numbers now. Okay, so we go to uplink 3008. It's actually 30.16. We'll get that adjusted on our screen. 060. Let's see if our ATIS is any different. No. All right, so 060. Dry runway, flaps 1. All right, so let's go and send for it. Hang on. All right, just getting some things organized over here. Okay, received. There are our numbers, 135, 135, 139, which match up 4 and flaps 1. This is Toga. Now, if you wanted to go flex, say you plan and you're going to go ahead and run that runway out. Cool. Cool. Enjoy. Uh, now you would select flex takeoff. Click there, and those numbers should be pretty close to these. They could vary a little, but just realize that they'll be pretty close. So 135, 135, let's go 130 for V1, and then 35, 39, 18. Everything else looks good. We're ready to go. All right, let's finish up the checklist real quick here, and we're ready. Let me make sure fuel pumps are on, seatbelts on. Okay, coming down. Oop, too far. All right, 16. LS constraints. LS constraints. We're ready to go. Set, and VOR. Just because I know he'll probably say this. 4,000, we'll start it at. All right, let me get us online, get our PDC, hopefully. Well, after yesterday, I'm half tempted. But we will play nice today. 1855. Oh, yeah, we're looking good for departure. Connecting as Allegiant 904. So AAY 904 A319. Oh, we have a pre-departure 1057. Cool. All right, so if you didn't get a chance to read it, basically we are cleared. Nashville to Punta Gorda, tip-in 3, and then our route, then en route to, I'm sorry, tip-in 3 to Brixton, then en route. Altitude 370, squawk 1057. Do I have up? Transition, Brixton, maintain 4,000, expect 37, 5 minutes after departure. That is actually pretty accurate to departures you would get from clearances many places. Will you stick to it? As soon as you call, boom, they keep you climbing, usually. Maybe not New York City, maybe not the Northeast corridor, or the West Coast corridor. But everywhere in between, expect probably going up. Okay, so that looks good. Finally, we got to get our ACARS system running. Hello, ACARS. There it is. Cool thing is when it fires up Smart Cars 3, wait a couple seconds and you should get a notice. It detected your flight. And if you go to whatever VA you're with Smart Cars, you should see yourself on their map. Just like we are. Perfect. Y'all ready to go fly? I am. Anyone else here? Oh, looks like maybe that could be AI. Not AI. Airport traffic. Maybe not. I don't know. Let's find out how many peoples are here. That will not do it. Just little old May. All right, I do need to read. Cleared tip-in remarks. Doesn't say when to call. And to be honest, I think we're technically in the... Are we in the non-movement area? Oh, wow. How about that? They have construction. That's pretty cool. Oh yeah, there's supposed to be a building going up or something over on this ramp part here. Huh. All right. Well, this is called satellite for some reason. Okay, I'll buy it once. All right, departure 119.3. 350. I never picked the right way, so. Oh, I know why. I know why it isn't working. All right, when you run into that, you know how you usually might see COM1 up here in the left? It's because your call is not lit. I should have caught that quicker. Before we do that, let's close up the main door. Now it should. Nashville departure. Allegiant 904 stand Charlie 6 request pushback with the clearance.
Allegiant 904 Nashville departure, good afternoon. The ramp's uncontrolled, pushback is at your discretion, advising ready for taxi.
I had a feeling, I just wasn't certain. We'll call for taxi, Allegiant 904.
Allegiant 904, no worries, always better to be safe than sorry.
Amen. All right, so you heard the man. Let's go. Seatbelts are on, beacons are on. And we're going to use better pushback.
Please show me where you want to go.
I'm going to go to here.
Grounded cockpit. Tow is driving up.
All right, we're ready to go as soon as that hookup happens.
Okay, all doors and hatches are closed. Ready to connect.
Okay, brakes are set.
Tow connected and bypass pin inserted. Release parking brake. Starting pushback, and you may start engines.
All right, cleared start number 1.
Operation complete. Go ahead and set the parking brake. Disconnecting tow. Stand by.
Okay, coming up top, let's get these after start checks complete.
Tow is disconnected and bypass pin has been removed. Hand signal on the left. We'll see you next time and have fun up there.
Thanks for the pushback. We appreciate it. Those curious in the Twitch and YouTube world, it is a free utility and very simple to install. All you do is put it in your plugins. Updatable as well, so check it out. It is an amazing tool for you. There's our pins. And finishing it up, elapsed time start. Nose will get that brakes, flight controls just checked. Auto brake max. Off. And where are we? And Nashville departure, Allegiant 904, ready to taxi.
Allegiant 904, which runway were you planning?
As the, thought the ATIS said 2 right.
Allegiant 904, affirmative, runway 2 right. You can taxi via Tango 4, Lima, Romeo, Hotel.
Tango 4, Lima, Hotel to 2 right. I think I missed one. Just want to make sure I do it. Tango 4, Lima. Oh, I got them right. Wow, not bad.
Central Aircraft, Nashville Airport, ATIS information, Hotel, and John Tune Airport, ATIS information, Gulf for now, current altimeter 3016.
I'll have to get a road map out. I want to say that's 440 that runs under that taxiway. Or the Briley, one of the two. I know, most of you are going, huh? I used to drive a truck quite a bit through there, and I don't ever remember being that close to the airport, so that's why I'm not certain which roads. And those would have been the only areas I really didn't hit in Nashville. Okay, looks like we're ready to go. Okay, radars are on.
Allegiant 904, the wind is 350 at 7, gust 17, fly runway heading, runway 2 right, clear for takeoff.
Runway heading, clear for takeoff 2 right, Allegiant 904. Okay, TCAS is clear. It looks clear out that way. Let's get all the lights on. Okay, 100. B1. Rotate. Positive rate, gears coming up.
Allegiant 904, say altitude leaving.
Allegiant 904 leaving 1600 for 4000.
Allegiant 904, radar contact, climb and maintain 15,000, turn right direct to Rory.
15,000 direct Rory, Allegiant 904. Okay, we're turning on course to Rory. Like I said, pretty quick. We got cleared off the 4,000 and on we go. Now, we could have been told to hold. We got 5 minutes. Now, the rule I've always wanted to ask is, do we ask to climb after 5 minutes or do we climb? Since the clearance read that. So there you have it, folks. We're out of Nashville, direct Rory, and then on course to Punta Gorda. Beautiful day. Got an aircraft high above us. Well, let's see if I can get a quick read on him. Southwest. Looks like a Southwest flight, so nice. And I think 15,000 is where he'll turn us loose. Okay, after climb checks, flaps are indeed up, spoilers aren't armed, nothing in the message to us attend to, and we're about to cross 10,000 feet to turn off the lights.
Legion 904, you're about to leave my airspace to the south. Unfortunately, no further ATC is available. Radar service is terminated. Frequency change approved. Have a good day.
Allegiant 904, switching to Unicom. Thanks for the great ATC. Have a great one.
Always appreciate you guys stopping by, so thank you. Have a good day.
All right, we're on Unicom. Let's get those lights off now. Okay, and there we go. Unfortunately, this one is not a real livery. Hang on, there's the first officer. She's on board. Be right back with you. Sorry about that, folks. Granddaughter takes priority. Sorry, VATSIM. Granddaughter takes priority. If it only worked like that. But we are on our way through. Oh, we're at 15,000. Aren't we silly? Let's take her up to 37. Sorry, passengers. Granddaughter takes priority. That's why we held. Oh man, that was fun. All right, so we're climbing out. We've got well, let's see. I always am remiss in putting this up there. An hour right now, an hour and 30 minutes, but it'll spin down a little bit as we climb. I'm also a little hesitant right now if it's keeping the right time. It said 3 minutes yesterday, or no, when we flew over the weekend. I'm here to tell you, we were still every bit of 10, 15 minutes out of the airport, let alone to go around and all of that. So, oh my goodness. So, I'm going to be a little hesitant in saying whether or not to trust en route times right now with X-Plane 12, only because with a new sim comes potentially new refs they've got to adjust to get the right times. So I don't know. But anyway, we are on our way to Punta Gorda. Also, if you are looking for an airline, if you're looking for some camaraderie in the flying world, virtual airlines are the best place. And I've got a good one for you, macairvirtual.com. Millennium Aviation. Great airline. I'm going to use the word low key, but they do have some policies, you do have to follow. Are they outrageous? Oh, no, no, no. You come in as an open pilot, meaning you can fly the entire schedule they have, and it's going to blow you away. With any of the aircraft in the open division. Why do I say open division? Because there's actually 4. You start with open and then you apply to the other 3. Historic, cargo, charter. So if you can't, once you fly your required, entry flight, which I think it's 1, maybe 2, whatever the rules say, you're open to fly anything you want. Pretty much in any livery you want. And you'll find that out as you start booking flights. Now, let's just say you want to fly Nashville to Punta Gorda. That is not in the open routes. That was not an option when they were set up. Join the charter division. What that will, and then once approved, that will allow you to fly to airports like Punta Gorda. Might even be Scott Air Force Base, KBLV with Allegiant. So it's really, really cool how they have it set up. Historical, unfortunately, yeah, you're going to be flying historical routes and planes. Cargo, same thing. So really open. Now, if you want to take it another level up, they have a pro division, and you can join that too. Just be ready. They do increase standards then. But overall, a great airline. Been with them better part 5, 6, 7 years. And if you've ever watched any of Mac Air videos out there, Captain Mac, he's the man behind Mac Air. Go figure. Kind of makes sense. Huh. Kind of like peanut butter with jelly and bananas. No. It's a great bunch. Hope you check them out. MacAirVirtual.com. One more time, MacAirVirtual, all one word, .com. And we're through 25,000. On our way to 37,000. I hope you all enjoy. I have not seen if anything layeth ahead. He's pretty much said no ETC ahead, meaning Memphis Center and Atlanta are both off, and they are. So does it appear down in Florida at this time. So sit back, relax, enjoy as we continue our climb out. Gonna set some music in here and hope you all enjoy. Oh yeah, we're having fun, folks. We got about an hour to go to Punta Gorda. I want to thank you, welcome you aboard. If you're new to the channel, hey, please hit that follow button. We'd love to see you on future flights. What that'll do is basically just give you an email alert if you're set up for notifications that, hey, Flying with Mike went live. If you're on our YouTube channel and watching this, hit that subscribe button if you're new, and it will basically tell you when new videos are released. We aren't on dual streaming or streaming over on YouTube in any shape or form other than basically uploading our live videos from Twitch. So if you happen to be on YouTube, hey, at this time, giving you an idea, it's 2:30 Central Daylight Time here in the US. If I did my math right, 19:30ish Central or Zulu time. Hey, come on over to the live. We'd love to meet and greet you. Love to talk with you, chat with you in the chat room, get to know you a little better. So thank you so much. I know some of you, you're either in bed at this time or about to, so I get it. So welcome to the global. I don't know what else goes after that, but anyway, welcome aboard. Thank you for choosing to watch, and we hope you stick around. We got about another hour or so to Punta Gorda. Basically Allegiant Airport. I do not see any other airlines in and out. Now, those of you that live in and around Punta Gorda can tell me how wrong I am. I'll take it. But looking at FlightAware, that's what it appears. So, enjoy the flight. We got a little bit of Spotify going on with some non-copyrighted material as the streaming platforms kind of dictate no content copyright, which is fair to the music creators. They deserve to make money if they so choose. So, but if you're on YouTube, we'd love a thumbs up and for you to subscribe. Join the family. We're getting a pretty good following over on YouTube as well as here at Twitch. So thank you so much. Looks like I missed a follow. Must have happened either after the stream or somewhere, but Santosh Shah 256 came aboard yesterday. Thank you so much here on Twitch. What up there? How art thou?
Pretty good. How are you?
Oh, we're hanging in there. Trying to figure out how to handle blue skies. It's been so cloudy and rainy the last week or two, it's pretty rough to know how to handle it.
Yeah.
I'm not sure if we're making national news, but we got a lot of areas flooded out. So do other areas. Don't think I'm just oblivious. I do realize Kentucky, Tennessee got a good drenching as well. And Arkansas. Maybe Ohio. So where are you flying to today?
Can you hear me now?
I can hear you now.
Okay. I don't know where I'm going to fly to. I started the flight yesterday and I just like gave up on it. Because I forgot. I literally forgot to start smart cars. So
Oh, I never do that. Yeah. Let me push my nose back in.
I was like, I was like halfway through, and I was just like, oh my gosh, I forgot to start smart cars
Yep.
because I was like updating everything and updating the Zebo, and then like updating like the ToLisses because they're big updates for them, I guess.
Oh, really? I
then-
did not look before departure.
Yeah, it's like I got it like 2 days ago or something. So you might have already updated it.
I might have. I've got the latest Zebo, I see. ToLiss,
So-
ToLiss, where is updates? Doggone it, I never can find them.
They're in that
Oh, there.
skunk crafts.
Oh, I go right to Discord and look.
Wow.
Uh-oh.
You,
Something's up with the A319. Nope. Oh, the 8. Did I miss that one? When was this post? Oh, yeah, I may have missed 2 of them. Okay, well, we'll get them afterwards. We're not going to do them in flight and watch the airplane nosedive. But yeah, I have not seen a Zebo update in quite a while. Actually, let me check. Let's go over here. I am version 1.1.
why does your Discord hate me?
Oh, yeah, I do have an update. Kind of figured since I hadn't touched it.
Yeah, Cincinnati, I mean, their stadium's like covered in water almost because of the river.
Oh, wow.
I'm not sure if you've seen pictures of that or not.
I really have not watched much news, but wow, I remember as a kid, Riverfront Stadium. I want to say it went underwater.
Yeah, Coney Island's pretty much underwater.
Yeah, that's right, Coney Island. Yep, south of Sunken Lunken.
So,
I'm pretty sure the main instrument runway is out of service at Lunken. Oh, wow. Now, you build along a river, what are you gonna have to expect? The rivers to come in.
see, I don't have to stream because you do that for me.
Is that it?
Yeah, that's it.
That's your
I mean,
story
yours are
and you're
more,
sticking to it.
Yep. Yours is actually more like educational.
Well, I appreciate it. That's what we try to do, but wish we could get even more people turned on to learning how to fly on here.
I tried to do that regular ATC yesterday when I did that flight, but apparently I did a lot of stuff wrong because it like kicked me off.
Uh-oh.
I guess I wasn't acknowledging them or something.
Oh, the onboard ATC? Yeah, you got to acknowledge,
Yeah.
dude.
I thought I was like I thought I was doing everything right, but they make VATSIM look so easy.
Well, VATSIM, you got to have that push to talk switch. Then you also got to make sure for like here in ToLiss, and for anyone out there, always make sure that call light is lit far left. I know my cursor doesn't work and I don't know why. But and then also make sure your volume's on VHF 1 and I think that's 2. are turned up, or at least turned up to where you can hear them.
So yesterday, I think it was giving me a squawk of like 2992 or something like that.
Okay.
But I couldn't like get the numbers to go to 9. Like the highest it would go was 7.
What airplane?
The Boeing
Wait a minute.
738.
299?
Yeah, unless if it holds something different.
I'd have to check with people. I know aircraft that won't go higher than 7.
Okay, well, I mean, maybe that was it, because like they were saying like the
That also sounds like an altimeter setting.
is an altimeter setting.
It's possible. Again, I wasn't there, don't know, so it's possible. But
Okay.
yeah, normally I think, and hey, folks out there, if you're more knowledge in this, 7 should be the highest any number can go on a transponder setting.
Yeah, I know I'm not the smartest when it comes to this stuff, so.
It's been too long since I've actually physically in a real plane set them. But I'm thinking you don't put 9s in. Yeah, if you look at ToLiss right here, there are no 9s. Have you flown a flight since?
Nope.
Your ATC log will let you know what was going on.
I'm pretty sure they'll tell me you didn't respond, so we cut you off.
And that's it. I think what you got them flipped somewhere else was your setting for the transponder, and I got a feeling they were giving you the altimeter.
Probably so.
And I'm going to check my sound level on stream.
I just don't want to hear you twice, so I got you shut off on your stream. I know that kind of sounded bad, but like rude, but I just don't think you have a push to talk, and I'm able to hear you like multiple times. It's all good though. Two zeros on Steam yet?
Okay. What was that about 2-0 on scene?
Yeah. Do you know if it's available on Steam yet?
Oh, I don't do Steam, so I don't know.
Okay. I don't either, so.
Yeah, I am not 100% sure.
My friend
I
was
would
asking me.
think it's out, but I don't know.
I pretty much told him, like, do what you do with any other game, just put it in public beta.
Yeah, and it should.
Yeah.
But again,
So he's gonna
Steam
try
can
that when he
be
gets home.
really weird, and that's why I don't use it.
I heard a lot of people are liking lossless scaling with this new update.
I'm so far really liking it. Yesterday into Ponce, Puerto Rico was really fun, and the ATC, for the most part, was pretty good. I just didn't like being cleared to land nearly over the runway.
Did you do that flight back to St. Bart's?
Not yet. That is now heavily on my list to get. We're going to hit St. Bart's and Saba and see, because St. Martin still looked like St. Martin of X-Plane 1 point whatever it was.
Are you going to do it in an F-14?
No, we'll fly it in the Caravan, most likely. But I'm going to try St. Bart's and Saba again. And we got about 45 more minutes on this one.
Yeah, Fox asked me if that was all, if I was using like auto ortho or SimHaven or something with that scenery. And I
Oh,
said
yeah.
that was all default scenery. I took all that out.
Oh, yeah, I have it. SimHaven just never really looked all that great to me. And auto ortho, that's just too complicated. And I'll be honest, I really like the default. And if I ever fly in an event again with Fox, I got to remember, look for scenery updates because they're usually there with him.
I think Laminar and Microsoft need to team up and make one great game.
What do they need to do?
Like make a flight simulator. Like they focus on the scenery, and Laminar focus on the flight dynamics.
Well, I mean, they are. Oh, you're wanting Microsoft. You're wanting them
No,
to.
I mean, like if they team up.
Oh,
I know
Lord
that
have
probably won't
mercy.
happen.
Do you realize the war that would erupt inside flight simming if those two came together?
I mean,
There
I
are
think it'd be
people who really hate X-Plane and Microsoft. I mean, deathly hate it.
I mean, I think it'd be good to see, two people come, just to make like one great game and then go their separate ways,
Yeah, but the monopoly and all of that plays in, and there, yeah, I could really see a huge battle erupt. I actually like the idea of having two separate, you have two different competing ideas. One that flies via tables, one that flies via physics. I mean, it's what you enjoy to me.
Yeah.
That's how I kind of like it. And if you don't like X-Plane, great, enjoy Microsoft. If you love X-Plane and don't like Microsoft, don't fly Microsoft.
I mean, I've tried Microsoft. I don't know how many times. I just haven't got into it. But like I did with X-Plane.
I'm just going to stay away because there were so many issues when I first saw it that I'm, so glad I didn't sink that much money into a flight sim for such a disappointment. And I mean, they may have fixed it all. I'm of the belief they probably didn't, just smoothed over the edges the Microsoft way to make it palatable and unnoticeable now to other people, but I just had to go. And there were other reasons on top of it, so.
I mean, the only thing I really like right now that Microsoft has is Northern Lights. That's about the only thing that I could say about it.
I mean, I kind of miss that, but that goes back. I don't even think FSX had that.
But that new graphics update that they do, it looked awesome if they brought it back.
Oh, yeah. I mean, FSX did not have the Northern Lights that I can remember. Century of Flight did, because they caught me off guard with them once. And I think they dropped it in FSX. But I could be wrong, and I just either caught it at the wrong times or whatever,
Like, why would you drop it? Who wouldn't want to apply something to that? You know what I mean? Like, that's like an experience that a lot of people don't get.
True. But you got to do them right, too. And that's where the flight sims can get as close as they can, but not 100%. Usually. Again, I don't follow that world and not ever planning to. And my intent is not to come on to bash or praise any one sim, just to come on and have fun. So, if you enjoy that other sim, enjoy it. Just realize a whole lot of people enjoy this one.
Oh, I do, and I freaking love it because I think it's more user friendly, especially cowbed and stuff, like your joysticks and stuff.
Yep. I mean, where a lot of people really, I find they realize it's a better sim, but where they'll tell you the other is the multiplayer,
Or the scenery.
where they can go fly and not be on VATSIM and fill the skies. You know, that's fine. I can do it here too. I'm just not firing up the program that allows me to.
They need to put like a matchmaking, like, I don't know,
What do you mean?
like a matchmaking multiplayer system. And that's, I don't know. It's something different than what they have right now.
There really isn't. I mean, what you see on VATSIM is really what they get in multiplayer there, other than those that just don't want to be on VATSIM or can't be because they've run into trouble with VATSIM.
Too chicken like me.
No, they've actually ran into troubles and possibly banned. So that's why they want the multiplayer, so they can do as they please, how they please. Oh, look, there's a tub in the air. Let's go ram it. Or let's sit in front of the tub as long as we can on the runway.
Yeah, I think that's one of my like fears is I just don't want to get banned for being new.
So I've run into that on VATSIM, and I've called plenty of supervisors to the channel to have the supervisors do what supervisors do on VATSIM. Probably about a dozen times. Came very close to going way up to the governors. So that's why many enjoy their multiplayer, because they can do as they please, how they want, whatever. Like I said, there's a program out there you can fire up. I think it's free. I know I have access to ways using it. I haven't used it with Sim Air Force in a long time. But there is a program you can fly multiplayer. Which is, if you want to take a comparison, X-Plane has the built-in replay feature. I don't know if they finally did that with Microsoft or not, but you have to download an external program, get it installed, and then when you get to the point you want to record, you got to start it. Here, I can go all the way back to the beginning if I want of my flight. Not sure why on a 12-hour flight, but you know, hey. But the possibility is there.
Yeah.
Not with the program Microsoft has to use, unless they finally put one in.
Might try to redo this fight from yesterday with Millennium.
I'll be honest, I haven't checked to see if you have a flight for me to approve.
On a Millennium?
No. Pan Am?
I haven't done that yet.
I always tell people, when you join a VA and you have requirements like that, FedEx, Millennium, I think has, I mean, just about every VA does, to fly a flight or two within a specified time. I always tell them, get them done as quickly as possible, because guess what? I've sent 2 or 3 people to different VAs. Oh, I'll get to it. And all of a sudden, they're gone. And some VAs will actually ban you from rejoining.
I just wish my crap would work like.
Do what?
So I just wish that software would work properly.
I haven't heard from Spaceman as to what's going on with that.
That's my only issue of why I'm not doing it.
Because when you uninstall it, the only other thing is make sure every piece of it's gone. Why it's doing that, I don't know. I don't know where the folder loads, or folders possibly. And I can't, for the love of God, figure out what is doing that.
I can't either.
Like I said, I experienced it in DC. But if I just waited long enough, it did catch up. But yours, I just don't know.
I do have some toolkit and stuff though.
Cool. Like I said, Mac Air, you can pull the information off of 2 and we can do the claim for me to approve. So
Like that tractor flight, doesn't it? That's pretty much all you use from toolkit, right?
I use some toolkit.
No, I mean to track the flight.
Oh yeah. Yeah, it'll give you a lot. I don't know all of the information they need, but for most of the VAs, when I've had to go to something like that to prove it or to get the information needed, it was there. All right, we're talking with Original Godspeed here on our Discord channel. Hey, feel free to check us out there. I saw it, but I don't remember how long ago. You're more than welcome to join. Oh, there it goes. It's a little slow. More than welcome to join in. Join the family we have over in Discord. And we'd love for you to join in. And come on voice, just realize when you come on voice, check your language at the door. This is not a bar room. So that's all I say. I give 1, maybe 2 warnings before taking action. But anyway, we are on a flight from Nashville. We had a great controller out of there, headed to Punta Gorda. Just north of Fort Myers International. And I know it goes by a different name, regional or something like that. It's a cool little airport. I flew in there during or just before a hurricane hit a year or 2 ago. It was weird looking skies and X-plane with it. Don't have to worry about that today, just low clouds and ceilings. And that may have changed already. That lifted a little bit. So we'll enjoy the RNAV in there. You know, this audio mix that OBS has now, really a cool tool, but the only downside to it is I can't turn it down in my ears without having to massively modify what you hear versus me. Oh, I know. Can't be content. It's just something I wish makes it a little easier to hear.
How about Windows Mixer?
That's what I'm saying. I'd have to, if I manipulate the Windows mixer, then I got to remix here. And it just becomes way too complicated. So I really wish I could like throw them to my speakers and I can turn those down, but keep Spotify on the mix here at the same level. It just, that's why sometimes you may hear me say, what?
At least tomorrow, halfway through the week.
Halfway through, huh?
Yep.
That's awesome.
It is Wednesday tomorrow, right?
Tuesday. Let me make sure. Yeah, because tomorrow's Wednesday.
Yeah, so that'd be halfway through.
Yeah, Wednesday's hump day.
Yeah.
Hump day. Boy, I miss those commercials. Those were just priceless. Mike. All right, let me take a look here. I think we are. I really have a hard time buying. We're 27 minutes out. What I ought to do is start a timer. Oh, and I can honestly tell you that new building is not showing, if it's a building, in Nashville. It shows on the chart like it's a new building, but it wasn't a new building. And so people can see what I'm talking about. Let me pull in charts real quick. All right, here's the Nashville airport chart. You can see how the terminal is arranged. Right now, this section is closed off for construction. These gates are open. Some of these gates are open. All of this is open. It's this building down here. I don't know if it is a building or not, because it could be something to do with a runway. I kind of doubt it. But yeah, that's not there yet. But if you go to Destin, Florida, kind of the same deal. That building is there. So,
I'm gonna go grab something. I'll be right back, man.
alrighty. All right, so let's take a look here. Picker 7. I think we're on it. Nope, we're getting close. While we got this up, we'll look. There are no altitude constraints. So we basically descend when the airplane avionics tell us to, or we do the mental calculation. Basically, what I do is take the zeros off. So we're at 37 and say I want to go down to 4,000. So 37 minus 4, 33 times 3 plus 10, just to give me a little leeway, and 2,300 feet per minute down. Now, there are other calculation tools out there. That's the easiest and pretty much most accurate that I found for what I do. So, I actually don't know what I'm going to be doing just yet. So, all right, let's close that off. Let's get Punta Gorda up here. Y'all saw the weather. It's overcast, 2,600 now. Yes, 16 minutes ago. So we're getting closer and closer to VFR. 2990 for the altimeter. Just a beautiful day there. Looks like the sun. Oh yeah, that's a beach day, big time. So hope y'all are enjoying it there. So you can see we're gonna picker Gusick, and then we're gonna intercept the RNAV at Ogoff, Petsy, Dodak, Fabry, and the runway then. All right, so pretty simple approach. For us, Miami Center will bring us in to approach, if approach is available. If not, Miami Center will take us down to Tower. And then once there, we'll head on in. Again, this is all contingent if they're there. If no approach, no center is available, CTAF will be 121.0. And CTAF stands for Common Traffic Advisory Frequency. Those of you from the day when I flew, that would have been called Unicom. Unicom wasn't just 122.8. It was pretty much a common traffic frequency for the airport you were going in and out of. So, little different application here in VATSIM. They use it for a common traffic without ATC airborne. Now they're beginning to try to get that scope narrowed down to pull you from 122.8 to these common traffic frequencies as you come into the airports, just to pull some of the level of chatter potentially down. I don't really see a lot of chatter up here, but it happens, especially events, streamers. It just happens. So, all right. So there's our frequencies. Here's our frequency. You can't set this. This all done inside in the real planes, onboard avionics, for us in the software. Final approach, though, is 335. Dodic. Have to look a little further, but it is 4.8 from the runway. That's where we got to be at 1,600 feet. Minimums 250. So as long as we're above 250 on our broken or overcast readings on the METAR, we're good to go in. It's airfield's 26 feet above. And the reason I say the 250 number, METARs are above the ground, and that 250 bracketed is above the ground. Okay. Go to Bogota, it makes 100% sense out there real quick. Bogota, if you didn't know, is 8,000 feet above sea level. If you see 200, if the METAR were to read as if above sea level at 200 feet, you're way below the airfield, which is what the bold is. So the bold is above sea level. All right, and there's our route, Ogoff to Betsy. Coming into Betsy at Petsy at 2,500 feet. So that's our game plan, 3,000. We'll come down to 3,000 and then slowly ease it in for the RNAV. Sound like a plan? And finally, down below, again, there's our minimums. We need at least 3/4 of a mile. Call the ball, Mav. Pappies should be on the left. We have found them on the wrong side. Haven't tried that runway in a while. And there's our missed approach again. Interesting chart here. It works at many airports, but I have had troubles with it at one, Paro. But basically what it's telling you is whatever the glide path angle is here, depending on your ground speed coming in, if you fly, say we're coming in at 140 over the ground, so we could be faster, could be slower, but we're saying 140 ground speed. If we maintain 743 feet a minute, then we're on a 3-degree glide path, theoretically, and that's if the glide slopes out, which we're on an RNAV, so we may or may not have that. We'll see. All right, we just entered the star PLYER. So we just entered Parker 7, or Picker 7, sorry, and we'll begin our descent here shortly. But there you have it. We'll get our descent numbers going here real quick. Let's get down here and see. We're 55 miles out. We're not doing our step, it looks like. So let's get up here and start filling in information. We'll pull that back if we need to. Let's go to landing. As of 1953, as of 1953Z, weather matches. Cool. All right, so we'll just plug data in this way. QNH 2990. So you enter it 29.90. Okay, temperature there 23 degrees. And the wind is showing 360, diagonal 9. Okay, minimums. I'm going to put 273 in. All right. Not worried about any ice. We'll use reversers. We're coming in on a 5,900 foot runway. So we'll go medium compute. Pretty much going to use the whole runway. So basically, here, let me pull it back up for you. All right, here's Punta Gorda. We're going to land 33, exit down here on Delta, taxi back to the ramp. If we make Charlie, I would really be shocked. According to this, we should be right about Fox taxiway here to for that. Not gonna happen. But it ought to be fun nonetheless. That's what we're up here for. Okay. Let me get rid of charts. I know some of you are out there going, when are we going to see the 737? Go to YouTube. Watch yesterday's flight. Actually, and watch one before that, because there wasn't one much further back that we did with the C40. So, all right, we are in XP12 2.0. And before many kind of start making, figuring it out, yes, we are flying actually pretty close to when the real flight would have flown today or yesterday, whenever it would have flown. And yes, the Make-A-Wish flight is not in an A319, it's an A320. But I love this organization, and, I enjoy flying it, even though it is in the wrong type of aircraft. Okay, we're showing about 15 minutes. I don't know yet about that, but we're going to begin our descent. I think I'm going to come down to that is looking so much better than what 1.4 looked like. Oh, Miami Center advises cross Goosick 9,000. That was pretty close. 2988. The auto ATC is something fair. Not a huge fan of it. But if it helps those that don't know how to do the quick calculation in their head, so be it. And if you don't know how to do the calculation, most of these airplanes are pretty doggone close in their descents to make the altitudes. Had I waited to the arrow, we would have been pretty close. All right, so we're... I had to look up and see, did we just gain ATC? All right, that didn't change much over here at all.
I'm back. Sorry, I was just...
What? No, that's denied. It better have been something good.
This is tacos.
a taco.
Yeah.
I was watching a show today on Food Channel. Oh, what was anyway?
Don't ruin tacos for me.
It had first off a chicken parmesan pizza on it. Yeah, I'm not really too certain on this thing. Kind of like the idea of using the chicken as the crust. But the next one they did a 9-pound taco. I did not watch the construction of this thing, but it was so. When I say the city, everyone will go, "Yep, makes sense." New York City. I mean, 9 pounds of chicken taco. I don't think he added hamburger to it, but he might have. Huh. Interesting. Okay, I'm going to go ahead kill ATC now. Why don't I see him? How low was he?
I wonder if people actually eat that stuff. Like a family serving.
They showed him eating it. Now, granted, this is on TV. The other one that was weird, and I don't know what they called this contraption. I think the cocktail itself was a Bloody Mary. But coming out of it in every direction up, you had steak, pork, chicken, donuts, all on skewers. I'm like, why? I had to turn the channel off. I'm like, why? So,
Like, I wonder if there's like anybody in this world that like serves a 96er, man, from like the great outdoors.
yes.
They do.
Yeah. Now, I don't know if they still do, but when I was in the Air National Guard back in the early 80s, we went to Tucson, Arizona. And we went to a restaurant. It's a restaurant where if you wore a tie in, they cut it off. Granted, they give you the option to go out to your car and take it off. And they'll cut it off and put it up on their wall if they get to cut it off. They had one of those 96-ounce deals, and I actually thought about it. I did a 36 or 48. Either way, those are outrageous numbers for steak. But if you did the 96, it was free, but you got to also usually eat all the sides. It's a lot. I'm here to tell you, 36 or 40, whatever, that was a lot. But I think I could have done it back then. I think. Trailblazers was what I think it was called, but went to another place with another company in Dallas. Same deal, cut your tie off, totally different name. They also had a eating challenge as well. So, oh yeah, they do exist. We got one here in St. Louis.
I wish there was something like that around here.
Gotta look for them. We had one, we didn't even realize it, but it's not far from where we live, so. Could I do the challenge? Not today, no. But we used to have a place that made 96-inch pizzas.
Wow.
We did the 48, but there were 2 families devouring it. And I still took to work with me plenty of pizza to be full for 2 shifts. what we took from what wasn't 8, and they took what, their portion. That was a huge pizza. Obviously 4 foot in diameter.
Yeah.
So yeah, they do exist. Again, just got to look for them, and they're sometimes not as easy to find.
Yeah, they're probably more in your local places.
That is usually where the place that I'm thinking of, if it's still around, is a local joint. Not a lot of people know about it. We heard about it through I forget who. And of course, the wife looked over at me, and I don't know why. Do you think you could do it? I'm like, huh?
I said not now.
So,
I'm sure the dog would be able to do it before you.
but yeah, that show I just shook my head going, what they need to do, and that would turn people off immediately. How much for that Bloody Mary, whatever the heck they called it, with all that different meat attached to it?
Yeah.
How much for that 9-pound, 7-pound, whatever it was, taco? Or that huge, I mean, that pizza, um, chicken parmesan pizza, that wasn't small either, but it wasn't as big either as people thought. I think it was probably like 24, tops 30-inch. So how much for those kinds of things?
Man, I need to learn how to make liveries.
Make what?
Liveries.
Oh, Photoshop, or you got GIMP, don't you?
Mm-hmm.
You can do it through there. I just don't know. I mean, it's been, oh my gosh, 20 probably years since I made and it was just a stripe down the plane and some lettering, and that was about it. Not like some of this stuff people come up with.
I'd rather just find someone to do it for me and pay them.
Well, I got out of the VA business, so I don't have to worry about them. I just go and look on the different websites out there and find what I want. I'm right now trying to find a 737 Zebo or level up in Allegiant colors. I found one, but it said Max for Zebo, and I'm like, Zebo isn't it? Max isn't in Zebo, as far as I know.
Legion's is it on Airline?
Yeah, Allegiant Airlines.
I don't know what they look like.
Oh, I mean, it's a sunburst on the tail. Here's what they look like. Hang on. Get rid of Make-A-Wish on the back, and pretty much that's it. But they have 737 Maxes now. And I'd like to fly it as a Zebo. Granted, doesn't have the proper engines or cockpit, but I can't find a livery out there. And I'm not joining Allegiant, the virtual airline that's out there for Allegiant, just for the livery. Just not doing it, if it's even there. Because my luck, it's not there.
Like, is it
All right. We're going to be a little off. Time to go into an open descent. Open descent.
I don't know what I'm looking for, Mike.
What are you looking for?
You said like it was.
You trying to find what I was looking for?
Yeah.
Well, here's the what I searched under, and that'll give you an idea what the plane looks like. But the problem is they're Maxes, and they've only been flying 6 months, maybe tops, maybe less. So there isn't, a lot of people haven't seen them yet. But it says Max, and the engines do look like a Max. And
I thought you were sending me a picture of it.
no, it's just the search link, and should be the first one that would come up.
So I see like a white stripe or like a blue stripe going down, and there's like a blue sun.
Yeah, it's the sunburst that Allegiant's known for. All right, we got to slow this piggy down.
Like, why? He banned me already? What did I do?
Huh?
How's it going? Fine, Mike.
Just fine. What do you mean you
Guess
got
what?
banned? What's up?
No, that's it.
What's going on? Sorry about that.
I'm getting a new CPU under warranty.
Why'd you blow the other one up?
Defective.
Cool. I'm glad to hear you're going to get a new one.
And it's only going to cost me $25 that I get refunded.
Cool.
I could do it the freeway, but the freeway in Intel is you ship them the CPU and they ship you the next. When they receive it, they ship you out the next.
That makes sense.
Or you can pay $25. They ship you the CPU, and then you ship them the CPU.
Oh my god!
But yeah, my i9 4900K decided to be defective.
That always stinks.
And I've only had it 3 months. Since January. 4 months. No, 3. Because I bought it on the 16th. And it's only the 8th. So 3 months.
Well, quit working them so hard.
I'm not even working them hard.
They're going, I'm not going to work. I'm not going to work under these conditions. That's what my computer always says to me.
But at least they are sending me a new one.
Good deal. Good deal. Glad to hear you're going to be back up and going here soon.
And maybe with custom loop too, possibly.
Don't know what that is. That's kind of Greek to me. So
Basically a DIY cooling loop.
okay. Gonna water cool it, huh?
AIO that
Yeah, I wondered what kind of maintenance. I thought about that on this machine 5 years ago. And I thought two things. Liquid and electronics just don't match. They usually have they don't get along.
Yep.
And two is what kind of maintenance, if any, is there needed? Because I figured there had to be something.
Very little.
Because I have none other than keep the dog hair out of it.
Well, actually, no. AIOs do have a little bit more maintenance too.
So,
They say that they don't.
well, my air cooled. I just got to keep the hair. Yeah, I'm air cooled. So I just got to keep all the vents open.
Yeah. I tried, but like I got the knock to a D15. Any more than what I'm doing right now pushes it to 80, 85, 90.
Mm.
And can get upwards of 100. With the D15 knocked to a cooler, which, if you know anything, as far as I hear, they are the best cooler ever. They're supposed to be the coldest cooler that you can get.
Nice.
And it's not doing me jack. But I think I've got possibly a short or a soldering joint that's not done right, something on that line. Something internally is wrong. And by the way, they've been having issues, I guess, because they upped the years on the 13 and 14 gen from 3 years to 5 on the KKS and just the 1400 basic model.
Yeah, I'm going to be. Go ahead.
But they warranted me out right then and there.
Well, that's good. Yeah, I'll be looking for a new computer soon.
With Intel, I got in there my address and blah 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 bull crap. I was gonna go in or AMD, and I kind of said, you know what? No, I'm not spending another $500 on another motherboard because I kind of like my Strix or my ROG. The Strix is the thinking. Is it Strix?
Yeah, don't look at me. I'm not a computer builder.
Yeah.
All right, well, I'm going to be going mute here for the landing, so.
It's the Asus ROG though. Motherboard and graphics.
Oh. All right, we popped out. All right, well, I will be mute here till I get on the ground. All right, folks, we are getting ready to enter. I just heard a lot of screaming downstairs, so hopefully all is well. Hopefully just somebody unhappy with being told no. And let's take a look. Can we see the airport? Can't tell. We'll see. All right, we're turning final. Punta Gorda common traffic, Allegiant 904 over Petsy, inbound runway 33, gear down. Okay, we're looking for the runway. Gosh, am I that blind? Oh, I think I've got the runway. Okay. As soon as we cross Doe, we'll come down to 1200, to 1000. Just to make sure. Wow, that really blended in. And Punta Gorda traffic, Legion 904, final approach fix inbound for runway 33. And Punta Gorda traffic, Allegiant 904 off 33 Delta to the ramp. See how well this airport looks. All right. Get through these final checks here. Flaps are up. Spoilers are disarmed. Engine mode normal. APU on. We're going to go. Oh, no, it's not. Kind of reminds me of Mesa. All right. Welcome in. Somebody spawned in next to us. 922, welcome in. See if we can pick up a name. See if by chance. They've got a Max. Ain't that nice? Cool. Very cool. All right. Anyway. All right. So we've got the plane set, wing beacons, elapsed time. Hour and 55 minutes. Few minutes we'll see the trucks rolling in, but hey, that was a fun flight. Nice little 2-hour jaunt. Great stream. No hiccups this time, either from Twitch or if it was my internet provider or not. So really cool. All right. Let's see here. I'm waiting to see if we're going to get, they're starting to show. Huh. Notice that door didn't open up all the way. Huh. Interesting. All right, let's get in here and figure out what we did. Okay, flights filed with Millennium. $472 feet a minute? That sure didn't seem like that. Oh well. I'm gonna check one other here. See what Elevatech got me at. By the way, those of you alpha testing, if you haven't been following the Discord, shame on you. No, tomorrow there'll be an outage. Actually, it's for us in the States overnight, but overseas could be a problem. Yeah, they got us a 443-123. So we'll see what comes out of this big outage coming. Now, let's bring some toolkit in. And they got us at about the same too. All right, well, it is what it is. All right, let's complete the flight. And by the way, if you're flying down in the Miami, Fort Lauderdale area, enjoy the rain. And enjoy the great clouds of XP12.2.0. All right, let's view details. This is what you're used to from Volanta, our 56-minute flight, 600 miles, 4,100 kilograms of fuel, 1.5 on the G's, 430, and 122 knots. A little slow, but overall, I thought that was actually pretty nice. All right, let me this gives a good little class here real quick. Okay, the different stripings that you see here are because runway 4 is a precision runway, meaning you probably have a precision approach like an ILS. RNAVs can be considered precision, but there are a lot of details for that to happen. Of which I'm not finding much of. So that's why you don't see all these hash marks other than the big landing, where the landing area is. Okay. So we came in. Here's where ideally you're aiming to touch down. Well, we were 1,500 feet, 500 feet above. Each of the hash marks here on runway 4 are 500 feet down the runway. We don't have those over here because of the fact it's not a precision approach. You're just flying an RNAV to close to where you would be on an ILS, but not considered precision. Also, these stripes back here can let you know how far the run, how much runway. Most of us can't read them at 150 mile an hour. I'm sorry, I couldn't. If you can, you're a better person than me. Cool thing though in this, even though we're about 1,600 feet down the runway, we were on the center line. Off by 2 feet, we call that on. So not bad considering what we had. Look at all of those Allegiant aircraft lined up on the ramp. She was right. I was way wrong. This is pretty much owned and operated by Allegiant Airlines, it seems like. I don't know the validity if it's actually owned by them, but they are the #1 only dog there. Okay, so really, and then over here you get all the great numbers to help you out. You can see our wings were pretty well level, pitched up about 5 degrees, so that looks good. I mean, overall, it looked good. Got 434 feet a minute. Oh, well, you know, hey, one thing to understand about aviation, any landing you actually walk away from was a good landing. And with that, let's go ahead and wrap up today. We want to thank you all for being here. Thank you so much for Godspeed and Biggin being on Discord. I'm trying to get back to Discord, sorry. I keep clicking the wrong buttons. Story of my life. There you are. We're all by ourselves now. But hey, I want to thank you all for coming on. Thank you, the viewers, for watching. What a fun flight. Great ATC out of Nashville and a great landing. Great fun time in here on X-Plane 12 2.0, flying with Mike. Had a blast of a time. Great, great flight. So I hope you all have a fantastic rest of your Tuesday. Look on the bright side. If it was a bad start to your week, hey, it's hump day tomorrow. It's a new day, which means a new start. Think about that. You know, when you look at the verse of today, it really, you know, I really love, this is one of those verses I really love out there. And a lot of people take just this section and this section from Hebrews 13:5. But let's read the whole thing. Keep your lives free from the love of money. Be content with what you have. And I am battling that so badly right now, just that first section of this verse. But then it goes on, because God has said, listen to that, God has told you, never will I leave you, never will I forsake you. If you've given your life to Christ, that is probably one of the best promises from God out there that has been weighing. My last few days have been really rocked hard by a sermon over the weekend, a really good sermon. And just hearing those words of assurance, God said, never will I leave you, never will I forsake you, have come in and have really played into my life big time this week. Folks, really take it to heart. Keep your life free from the love of money. It is so easy to get trapped into thinking success is all about the Benjamins. No, it's not. It is not at all. Be simply content with what you have. And God will do as he says, never leave you, never forsake you. My hope and prayer for you is you can live that kind of, it's a tough life to live, don't get me wrong. But God bless you all. And I hope you can, because I'm trying my butt off too. So you all have the rest of your Tuesday. I hope it's a great Tuesday. We'll see you tomorrow for another adventure. Hopefully I can get online a little better to time. I'm trying. But like I said, it's been work in progress this week. So for now, you all enjoy, and we'll see you tomorrow. God bless.